Good morning and welcome back to the Puddin's Fab Shop number 2 YouTube. I guess it's noon. Good morning for me. Anyhow, welcome back. Today we are gonna see if Theodore can polish off the T-Rex leg bone that one of y'all had sent out. He's starting off strong. Actually, today we are hopefully gonna wrap up our portion of having the Chevrolet Luv, because by the end of the day, hopefully everything's fixed on it that I want to fix. Which Chevrolet Luv? You all right in there? Take it easy, dude. I heard that cough. That bone ain't going nowhere. You can't even hardly carry it. We had one of them nights where everything's just covered in condensation somehow. I don't really know how that works. One pump, she fires right up. So as y'all seen recently on the main channel, we had worked on this thing and then had it on the second channel. Hey, we got wipers now. All right, had her on the second channel. And what do we do on there? We rebuilt the front end, a couple other little things. And I told you I can feel this thing skating. And I know it has negative camber. And there ain't no way we can really, it should probably roll better if I take that parking brake off. Kick that choke off. There's no way we can shim and adjust that. So today, we're gonna put a little fabrication up in the situation and see if we can't figure out how to get this front end aligned. I kind of had fun working on this thing, and these old mini trucks, especially when you've got a buddy with a salvage yard, stuff can be really affordable. So I was actually looking for a better bed for this truck when I accidentally found that truck. That's fairly complete. It's got some rust in it, but it was cheap. Already has a Weber swap, has a title. It was in Tulsa, so I just went and picked it up for the future. I have no immediate plans to do anything with that, so we're not gonna like turn around and build this truck again with that. But in the future, if we ever want to build another budget Luv, now we've got one that can sit here, and I'm not out a ton of money. We're in it with a Weber and a title for hundreds of dollars. Let me stare at it, guys. Nah. Got to pull our cotter pin, separate this ball joint. I feel like we just put this together. There she goes. Uh-oh. Well, we just tore some stuff up back there, I can tell. That's fine. I think that used to be a nut plate. Used to be. Coming down. Damn. Y'all wadded up that one piece. Definitely should have cleaned them threads or sprayed them or something. I know. Let's do it now that the damage is done. That'll help. Follow me for more pro tips on how not to remove a control arm. So I actually just tightened it up. We'll spray it down. Yeah, should have done that from the get-go. No, it's fine. Hardly noticeable that even put up a fight. Oh, so we actually have a fat stack of shims behind this one. Interesting. And we certainly have none behind this one. We will be proactive and go ahead and spray them though. Control arm removed. Yeah, see, I ain't gonna act and say these bushings are like the greatest thing ever. They're covered in grease and crap, but that shaft ain't all sloppy in there, and that's all I really care about. I think for us, the easiest, simplest thing to do is cut that straight across, shift it over, because where that mounting plate is thick enough. I think we can shift it over about a 1/2 inch, maybe even 5/8, and it's gonna create a gap that we can just weld on the back side, weld on the bottom side. We can smooth this up, and then we can even plate it on the inside if we need to. So basically, right in this area, I've got to square off so we can cut. So right here's where I said I want to cut. So we're gonna measure that for some consistency on both sides. 5 7/8. That's also gonna let us come down here and mark 5 7/8. Gonna be hard for y'all to see. We'll be able to mark that in that corner and straighten that off. And then I'm marked it right here. We got to figure out how to make this corner. So I'm just going to use our angle finder and eagle eye what's level, which looks about right there. Actually, just a hair up. We'd rather it go uphill a hair than downhill a hair. If you go uphill a hair, that's actually going to pick this up as you slide it over. 80 degrees, that's what we're going with. Got her all marked out. I cut our 2 end pieces first. Now we can connect the dots and she'll be ready. This is the part where we really hope this plan works. This is also the part where I got to learn to quit putting cameras next to all those sparks, because I just boogered this lens up too. Man, she'll run. All right, well, she's cut off. You can see how thick that is, like I was talking about. And it's thick because there's a couple different pieces of metal there, I do believe. In total, it looks like about 3. It's right at 7/16 thick. So even if we only shove that over, whoop, that 7/16, where then we could still just weld that on the backside and smooth out what we got to smooth out, that still shoves that arm over quite a bit. One thing we do got to check is, ooh, it's going to be close. If our cross shafts hang down too low, they'll be rubbing, but it does look like it'll clear. And those got some cast marks right there. We could grind on that and take off a 1/16 pretty quick and easy, and not really be taking away anything structural. So we should be good there. Now we just got to figure out how we want to reattach this to that, and if we need to plate it up. I'm okay with shifting over till we even get a gap in there, about an 1/8 inch gap, to be able to weld up. That just gives a place for the weld to go, and we can burn that all in quite nice. I mean, shoot, I don't hate that. Let's clean up on some metal, huh? So in theory, this is a symmetrical piece, so we should be able to decide the amount we want to shift over and mark it here, and then shift it over till those ends touch our marks. So let's say, I'm gonna come right here at the very bottom. Let's get crazy. Let's see what 5/8 of an inch looks like. So I'm lining our 5/8 mark up right there and right there. Oh yeah, that's creating about that 1/8 inch gap I'd like. So I think that's what we're gonna go for. So over here, I'll say we'll go up 1 1/4 inches. And then we're going to connect those marks, and we're going to cut that off and kind of round that edge. And that way, when we get done, that front lead edge just kind of flows some. I have a little flow to her. Flowing. We're going and a-flowing. Why the hell am I rowing a fake canoe? I don't know. A minute ago, I was working up right here, and I heard donk up in the loft. I was like, what the heck? I looked over and I seen Theo was gone, and I realized he had took his bone up there to the loft and dropped it. Just ran that corner a little bit, knocked the sharp edges off, no big deal. Putting us a little bevel right there, so when we weld that, the weld's got a place to go. I mean, it's not like this holds on the control arm or something. And I don't think we'll have much weld actually going up the back side, but we still want to clean all that up because we don't want this dirty crap getting pulled into our weld. Use our wire wheel on our corners, and up here, bevel these edges as well. Woo, we should be ready to start lining her up and tacking her up. With those bevels, it's kind of got to be in the perfect spot to balance good now. And this is acting like it's like a 1/16 wider. So I'm gonna just move it a hair like that. Oh, that's much better for lining up. Before it wouldn't balance there. We got her now. I got it where I want it position-wise. We're gonna tack it on the back side so then I can tilt it back some. But right now, it's how I want it. Just lean her back a hair. Honestly, I should have checked the top of that shock mount with the angle finder, and then we could have matched both sides. I mean, we can't act like a degree's just gonna absolutely kill this thing. What's out of alignment worse? Something with fresh ball joints that can then be shimmed and actually adjusted per side, or how it was before, having a stack of shims on this side with worn out ball joints where it was still pretty dang good actually. I should have just set that on there though and checked that. Or off of there. We're leaning back 0.7 of a degree. And she's 0 degrees on here, so she's actually fairly level. I'll tell you what, just to make these the same, because we're modifying it, we know our one cross member says 0 degrees. Our other cross member underneath there is 0.10, so pretty close. So we'll just pick what we want to set this at, and we'll just make sure both sides match. I like where this one's at. Off that front mount, it was 0.3 degrees, so we'll just make sure to set that other side like that. It'll make it the same. 0.3 degrees, front hole. Oh yeah, I've been keeping all my measurements here. I like it. I'm gonna lock it in. Tell you what, I'm gonna turn the welder down, and we're gonna start on this overhead because I've got a little gap to fill back there. And we'll put a pass on it, get some heat in this thing. Then we'll weld up those and those. However, me, Mr. Commit, I'm always just welding crap up, ain't I? Since we're here, it only has 4 tacks on it. We have bolts. We have a control arm. Hey, it's magic. Why don't we set this on here and just make sure stuff can work. Oh yeah, she'll work just fine. I told you we should have clearance on the back side, and she looks like she'll clear, so we're good. Weld it. All right, we got room for improvement. I do plan on smoothing this up. And luckily the sides welded nice, like that burn in nice and hot all the way through. I was able to weld there and drop it down below that plate. But up in there, I kept getting trash. I'm just assuming from all those layers of metal, and the one had a little gap, that there's probably some trash down in there, and it kept pulling that stuff up out of there. And that's all right. It's still welded. There's just a couple areas that was boogered up. I'm gonna take the carbide and smooth that out a little bit. And then hopefully that gives us a new base to go to. And then we need more passes on that anyhow. Yeah, we're not even close to this leading edge out there with our weld. So we'll smooth out those ones, and then she'll be ready for a couple more passes. We're gonna fill that sucker up till we hit that edge out there. Told you, gotta have a carbide. This baby does all the good. Oh, it's working though. Warning, this is not my prettiest welding you've ever seen. I need to be able to get in a little closer where I can actually see good. That's probably my main problem. And then that helmet keeps fogging up like my safety glasses was. So dang humid. But luckily the first 3 passes up underneath there went pretty good. I was consistent. Then I was trying to do these bottom ones, and that's when I was fogging up, and I should have stopped. However, that's a whole lot of weld going out there and supporting that. So I think she'll be A-OK. In fact, I know I said I was thinking about smoothing out that outside. I don't really see a reason we have to, unless we decide to pretty up the rest of that. We ain't grinding out all that. It'd be much faster to box that with something. It's always good to weld on your truck with your battery hooked up. Just playing. Don't do anything I do. That's my expert recommendation. Right down there where I'm pointing, there's a gap right there between that plate and where we welded up through. So one hot weld down through there. She's a little cold right there, and then boom, right there it starts laying nice and flat. I think we're gonna fully clear our control arm, which is good. And same thing, I'm not gonna act like that's the prettiest, but it kind of looks factory. We ain't gonna act like the factory has the prettiest of welds. And when a control arm's on top of that, it's gonna be just fine. This was facing down. I think she would have cleared, still getting rid of that extra casting mark and all the grease that was down there. And as bad as I want to, y'all know I can't leave stuff alone. I love taking stuff to Gusset City. I'm still just trying to go for fast and functional on this, but I'd like to put a little more strength in there, and I got an idea. All we really need is some scrap plate, something 1/4 inch thick, about like so. We definitely should not use a vise as a vise. We should lean our hand on it and try to cut our own fingers off. Right now I'm just kind of roughing in shape. I think there's a ton of strength in this, but what will really strengthen this up is obviously plating this tower. Your vertical strength is a lot of it too. So I don't want to come to the outside because we'll get close to the control arm. So I ground down, flappered that weld down, got our carbide in there in the corner. We got to be aware that we got to fit a bolt in there. But what I'm starting to figure out is this. How far can we shift that over? Actually, that's a pretty good shape. We're going to do the height of it to the height of that. That's already there. That'll look good. It'll make it look intentional. And I actually think we're sitting pretty good right now. So the gap running down this edge is not very good. It's because it needs to rotate in. One, we can shorten this because I don't plan on making it that long. So we go cut her off about right here. That's going to help. And then we may have to cut this back at a slight angle like that so that can rotate back where it needs to be. So once I'm happy with that fit up on the inside, about right there, and we can come to the outside, and I'm gonna trace her tight. However, I'm not gonna cut it there. I'm gonna step over about 3/16 to 1/4 inch, trace us a new mark, and that's where we need to actually cut. And that's gonna be so we got some overhang where we can weld that edge to this flat piece that's left overhanging. Yeah, got a little cleanup. Little tap over because that thing kind of leans over. Oh yeah, she'll weld. Before we weld that on, I went ahead and traced our shape. We're gonna end up creating 4 of those, 2 on this side, 2 on the other side. Clamped her into place, fits really nice. Bolt still fits, and in fact, that's kind of nice because looks like it's gonna interlock to that. So we can almost use that as a removable stud. Weld it. Boy, I wish someone could put a spindle or control arm in the way. That'd be nice. I was able to get nicer looking welds on the inside though. Hey yo, had to hold that sucker over, kind of hold it like when you're TIG welding, put it up on your shoulder. Worked out good because that welded up really nice. And in there looks a lot better than that other stuff. We get the other one on and we'll probably take a piece of plate and right here where we broke it, and it kicks out, we may, right across there and just kind of box that little area too. We interrupt this program for more mini truck shenanigans. Don't be looking at my treasures now. You get bored one of these days, you need to come smack that out.
Get that fender fixed up for you.
I wonder how quick those pull. I don't remember. It'd be nice if we could get that, get her lined out though. All of them down through there. I bet it pulls pretty quick. What do you think of that gold one? Gold, orange.
Yeah, that's cool.
I don't even know what color you call it.
Is that the color you always wanted in it? Or is that a different color?
I don't know anymore. I thought it was the color that comes on those center caps.
How many different paint colors do they have?
I tried to look them up and I didn't see none that look like this, so she's probably a rare bird. So if y'all want a 1 of 1 factory color truck, hit me up. I'll sell her for cheap. Yeah, it's cool. The color's still cool. It's just got a little more orange to it than I thought it did.
Take it to Stillwater and make a killing.
goes out to account. I don't think no one's supporting them this year, sir. I think they lost to some middle school teams this year. Now. Yes, sir, getting here. Cover up the ugly on this one too. Put some nice welds on that. That's a lot more strength than the sucker now. About a 1/2 inch worth. Very happy with how that looks. That would still look fine with some rattle can, or this is just 2 inch wide, 1/4 inch thick, and I just cut it to length. Had to grind a little bit of our new weld out of there where that can tuck up tighter. Just got to do the old tippy tuck. Cleaned a little right there because that does bow out. And next, we're gonna go for something like that right there. We can weld it across the top, boom, boom. I put 1 inch weld, 1 inch weld. That's what she needed. So I thought about coming to the outside and boxing it, but we gotta be careful. We ain't gonna have a place for our shock to go. And now looky there, tons of strength in that thing all over. And now we don't see all those other ugly welds. Now the ugliest welds on there, once again, belong to the factory up there. You're welcome.
Yeah, them factory welds are...
That looks a lot better, don't it?
Yeah, it's way better.
You gonna bend that, sir, you're gonna be hitting some bad ones.
Nice, it's ready.
You're gonna be jumping it.
Yeah, you're gonna be Baja in this thing, you break that.
Spray the engine.
Oh yeah, we don't wanna get it dirty. The key to good paints, use a pretty well empty can and then paint it when it's smoking hot. Oh yeah, texture finish, looks like bed liner. One gust of wind and that stuff will flake right off. Let him walk away and then do it. Well, we stopped the fabricating to go get some lunch, but we're gonna come down here to the St. Louis Salvage, see if we can't find us some parts. We're telling you about that other Luv and Nissan hard booty and all the good stuff. And this one's been sitting here. I've seen it before. You never know though. You gotta look stuff over. Someone had swapped it at one point, but it don't look like it. This one's pretty RUFF.
Thought they had it.
Oh, you know what's cool though?
Yeah, it's cool.
That one don't have all the extra stuff. That one's a little cleaner than what's on that one. I ain't redoing that exhaust. She's fresh.
It works with you.
It's like we're just saying how it's perfect weather. Christmas is in 2 days. Yeah, we're out here in cutoffs. Doing some junkyard walking. I know there's some folks who don't care for the junkyard walking portions, guys, but how else do you get parts? I'm just curious. We're blessed to have a salvage yard that he constantly has new stuff coming in. That's why we're constantly going to the salvage yard. He sent me some pictures the other day. He had some little Datsun wagons come in. This one over here is pretty rough. There's you some Volkswagen parts, Slicky.
Yeah.
Just better start climbing. What we got going on here? But you don't come across these very often. Doors on this side are at least salvageable. We don't need no doors, but inside's pretty RUFF too. Dual coil, baby. What in tarnation? This is a later motor someone swapped in here, ain't it? Or did these come with this? I don't know, I'm bass backwards. I'll start lying to you. I know those came in those early 80 Nissans. That's in 510. I thought those were older though. I didn't think they made those in. Last tagged in 94. If y'all didn't know, Oklahoma is okay. Dang, got some old grater blades. When I locked in my nickname, I was carrying some of these to a scrap pile when I worked for the county. They were yelling at me, Jacob, Jacob, and I didn't hear them. And old Robert yelled, hey, Puddin'. And when he yelled Puddin', I heard that and I looked. And yeah, never answer to it once or you'll be called it the rest of your life. Dang, they got some fresh hubcaps on the work truck.
Yeah.
Looking fresh. And the bully dog dang cow hood. You gotta check the piles. It's where you find the good stuff. They found, someone drug out a super cool little bomber seat from one of his scrap piles down here. Old aluminum one. Hey. That damn dough header. Small block Chevrolet. Now I was looking at this. It's like 73, 74 grill in decent shape. Yeah, we may have to scoot that up on the way back. Dang. Bed looks all right. You need a bicycle wheel? Put that in your pocket. Sammy won't even know. That'll be 2 nickels, please. Is that blue interior or gray? I could have come down here and got that bezel the whole time.
Yeah, that's a nice one. You probably would have broke it getting it off.
Probably was being nice. I definitely would have broke it getting it off. Womp womp womp. Ain't got no motor in her. It's crazy that all this is exactly what your truck has.
Perfect.
So this must be the one that just came in. He was telling us about. So are these with the Datsun guys? You can take the center chunk out of these. Most of them come with like a 342 or 355-ish, I think. Where like your Datsun's got 411s or 430s. They're like crazy low. You gotta swap the yoke over, but you can swap the center chunk on them so you get better gearing. Hey, lean through and unlock this rig, somebody. David, you look like you'd own a hard body. Door opens great. Woo! 240,000. Someone got their driving's worth out of this one. That don't mean nothing though. That still feels good. Sometimes they're all sloppy and worn out. Slick Stroke's got over 250,000 miles on it. 250 going strong, baby. Oh yeah.
Electro injection, baby.
Well, I don't know what I'm looking at, Slick. We need it all. No, I was thinking about the front frame and cut it in half and narrow it, weld it back together, and then put it underneath the front of the Datsun for suspension and brakes. Y'all see me swap the one on my Datsun, build a new mounts and then narrow and control arms. I'm thinking cut one of these at the firewall, then narrow the entire track width and the frame, the width it need to be for the Datsun, and then clip it. It'd be a new way to do one. I ain't done one that way yet. This one not being picked over though, you get that entire front end. You could mess with this drivetrain if you wanted. I get the center chunk. Oh no, they done got her with the forks probably. Yep, that's never gonna close again. And I've been out here a few times, guys, but there's some of these areas I didn't even, like over on the Ranger side, I've only been through it once or twice. So here's the other Datsun wagon he had come in. Should be a 610, I think. You can see it's got a heavy influence that's really similar to the 620 pickups that I like ours. There's a cool color on it. Little Datsun 610 right there, baby. This thing's in buildable shape if you gotta have a Datsun wagon. If you want a patina Datsun wagon, there may not be a high demand for that, but front end's whammied on. That's kind of unfortunate. Oh, she'll run for sure. What'd you just find?
Supercharger?
All right, now we're talking. Make sure that ain't a distributor we need. Some of them come with the, what's that got dual condensers on it? Because it's got dual points. Dang, fancy. Why does that look added?
I think it is. I don't know what motor this is though.
Well, so far we found everything besides what we were actually looking for, so it's going good. Still looking for that newer Luv. Huh. We found her. Yeah, this thing went for a ride. I guess the gentleman driving it passed away. It flipped, Sammy just told me on it. But it was on the road within the last month. This thing was cool. Look at the little graphics package it had. Wonder if that Taz floor mat didn't come out of this thing. Spent all that time looking for all that stuff, and look right here, it's got the control module. Everything. I mean, it's just everything. Cap is broken. Is there anything that says what size this is?
What, the motor?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know these well enough. Oh, sure enough, right there, 1.8 liter. Yeah. This is it. Good thing I scoured all over eBay and everything else to find one of these. And all I had to do was drive 25 minutes south and pop a hood. We're gonna pull this cap. Hopefully it didn't get tore up on the inside. Now the caps you can still get for these, no problem. So that's not a problem, cap and rotor. It's just the base of this sucker. We'll pull this one out and toss it in that orange, yellow, gold, whatever color that one is. Oh, dang. Don't remove this cover. Yes, sir. That's it, guys. See, it's the electronic pickup. Exactly what we need. We need to get a 12mm where we can pull that clamp. We might as well just take all this harness that we can. So that's just going to a gram. That's real good. That'll feed that. That'll feed that. Everything else just unplugs here. So here's our 12 volts coming in. So we need a 10mm to be able to pull this bracket, and then a 12mm so we can pull our distributor. I brought 0mm. Man, I wonder how many miles is on this thing.
Motor looks clean, though.
I'm gonna say motor looks respectable. She is a 4-wheel drive, so I don't think that transmission's probably gonna do too well for us. Was it just a 4-speed though, so it ain't like we're passing up on a 5-speed. That gold one's automatic, which is not cool. You don't want an automatic mini truck. They can't get out of their own way as is. So at least when you're driving it as a stick, you can rev her to the moon and have a little bit of fun. There's a 4-speed in the back of that one. Oh, dang. It shows 080,399 with the last 9 rolling over. So it's just about to hit 80,400 miles.
This motor's nice, dude.
Yeah, and they said it was a runner driver. I'll catch him when I'm throwing down here.
We might need that motor.
That motor may be worth taking and putting in the one U-Haul box with my Datsun motors. Them Luvs seem to have a lot of locked up motors in them at the junkyards.
Head gaskets are a problem.
Head gaskets go, and then they get a little bit of water in the pistons and they sit there and rust. What'd you find, a VHS player?
Classic Sony. On the back of a wagon. It's nice.
Ain't no telling what's in there.
I know.
Ooh, that might be a homemade film.
I want to know.
May not want to know. Hey, you recognize this? That was mine. I painted it, brought it down here to save me that one day.
Oh, yeah.
They've been using the fire out of it, apparently.
I run into your deal down there, is that right?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm just playing.
Y'all been using that little piece of anvil?
I take them little motors, them little fan motors.
Yeah.
I lay them up there like that. I hit them, and it breaks that.
That's perfect.
Oh, the crap in there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Being used down here.
He's on to bring it down here, and heck no, I'll use it. So I've been using it.
Good deal. Better than it sitting underneath my workbench,
Yeah.
which is where it sat for a long, long time. Mill green paint's holding up pretty good. Savvy says, I told my guys we ought to cut the body off that thing and just use it as a yard truck because it was allegedly such a good runner and driver and everything else. And I'm like, oh, heck with it, you know. They said, well, they said it's got a broken distributor cap. And I said, well, heaven forbid we put a $10 cap on it, you know. We should just crush the truck instead. Now I said, I'll buy it if you don't want to get it going. And so we're gonna pull this, and then when they get time, they're gonna pull this motor for us. We'll gladly take this. Probably cost me a couple $100, 80,000 miles. Again, I'm not worried about putting one of these just right back on the road, but if we can gather parts cheap, we're gonna gather. I wonder, boy, these control arms sure look like they'd bolt right on. They're just a symmetrical arm, just the same. And if it was running, that means it had brakes. I wish I knew more about the 4-wheel drive stuff to know what swaps and what don't. May have to do a little research tonight, see if I can't figure out if, for some reason, I think the upper control arms, I've seen people say they're an upgrade. And I see the bushings are a little bit different style. So we'll research them and then figure out if we can use these calipers, because getting brake parts is impossible. That's ready to come out. I just need to find something to plop down in there to protect that. But that right there's need to be protected at all cost. Find the sweet spot. And back here, we're just gonna take this entire bracket set up because that clamp holds everything. 310 mils. She'll be free. Dang, wonder what the carb setup looks like on this girl. Oh yeah, it's one of them ones I hate. You can just leave it, it's all right. Eventually, this motor's getting a Weber, that's a guarantee. Y'all know the first thing I do is pull those off there and throw them in the scrap pile where they belong. That thing right there, coil with igniter. $450 on Rock Auto for a reman one. No thanks. That sounds like the worst idea you could have come up with.
Why?
So it can get dry rotted and flake down in there.
It's gonna dry rot in the next month.
I don't know. It just depends on how quick the boys pull her out. We seen that one motor pull earlier.
They do it fast, man.
They get it done quick. May use that motor to finish caving in this roof. Now that did a good job. These guys have pulled a ton of stuff for me, and I ain't been disappointed yet. Oh yeah, that's a good score right there. Slick found me the best thing he could to plug that hole. Oh man.
They look clean.
Yeah, check them for stains first before we handle them too much. Now they're all right. Oh, I'm gonna stuff this hole, buddy. Ain't nothing getting down in there. We got the tight elastic. Yeah, slap Taz on it. Oh yeah, she's protected now. Let's go ahead and pop that back on there too. Oh dang, dipstick's missing. Must have lost it as it went on its roof or something. Dang, got the Type E. She's beating down the block. Got the diamonds in the seat. That baby's fancy. Anything good in the bed? Their door. That's about it. This is a good score right here, folks. This is a good score. Dang, there we go. Now we can actually see a Nissan hardbody front end. Where we're talking about cutting it. Golly, that thing's rusted. Sure is similar to that Luv setup, ain't it? They're pretty close. Is that a symmetrical A-arm? Sure is. Oh, it wouldn't take much modification to make them work on there neither. Oh no, that ain't symmetrical, dummy. Oh, this shit. I've seen too many mini trucks today, all right? Time to call it a day. We did good, better quit while we're ahead. We do still have a whole nother side to fabricate, don't forget. Thankfully, David spotted the grill we set out because I was about to walk right past it. I'm surprised that thing didn't get obliterated sitting over there getting something thrown on it. We've seen this one before, but since we've been hard and heavy on them, we might as well check her out. Yeah. There's your tailgate. We could do a yellow bed instead of a blue. A 4-speed. Dash is in similar shape to what ours used to be, huh? Looks like everything's in about similar shape. Yeah. The levers broke just like yours too. Woo!
That's not good.
That's a lot of water in there with that. Oh, dude, the water's running out of the top of the dipstick. She is full. We're gonna pretend like we didn't see that. Got a great pedal if you don't want to stop. All right, we're back. Theo Doggy, he's ready to do some more work. David and old Slicky, they hit the road already. I reckon me and Theo need to make sure this side will go back together. Now that it's had plenty of time to cool off, step one, we need some nuts. Dang, I actually found one. I thought I had a couple left over from some of that front suspension last week. The factory, yep, those things. This front one looks like it would go in. The rear one is not quite lined up. That just means some of the weld we put back there is probably bubbled up a little too high. Got that fat Caterpillar weld on it, so we don't have to get to that and knock her down just enough. Got that all ground down flat. David ain't here to protect his motor now, is he? Don't worry. Ain't no paint gonna come out anyhow. There it goes. Ooh, that's thick. We'll take it. Thick mama. Oh yeah, she all lines up real good now. Just put these regular nuts on the back side. We don't need that nut plate anyhow because these heads of these bolts aren't easy to spin now with that extra 1/4-inch plate in there. So that whole nut plate thing wasn't gonna work no matter what. Snug those bad girls down. We're gonna wait to tighten them as tight as we can get them. I gotta figure out if I can get this thing aligned where I'm happy with it, if we're gonna end up having to take it to the alignment shop. Stay tuned to find out. Don't you be cross-threading on us now. What the heck, over? I don't want that getting boogered up. Sure acts like it was trying to for some reason. That's weird. That was the last thing I thought we were gonna have issues out of. She good. She just had a piece of trash or something apparently. Last step is to get her shock on. And this process went pretty smooth overall. No real surprises or anything. I think the biggest challenge was just really deciding how we wanted to do it. And I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I somehow just got that stuck on there. Boop. Pop her on off there. Really happy with it though. Everything seems to clear good. 5/8 of an inch over. Hopefully that's what it needs. Other than checking how we did with our angle finder, we are all back together. Yeah, that looks really good, guys. Really, really good. Except, oh yeah, I've got an entire other side to do. We got this side all done up to match. She looks good. I meant to show you before I start throwing that A-arm on there, but either way. I was telling Bill about that big old bone, but Theo done did an endo. I seen him carry it out of here earlier. His back paws are barely touching the concrete.
I'm gonna get it.
He said, you ain't gonna get it, I didn't hit it.
Just did it.
I went to his usual hiding spots. I can't find it neither, and that ain't a small bone to hide, so. Oh,
Good.
took it down to the creek or something.
Tenderizing it.
Got it soaking.
Yeah.
Gotta get some more chunk of them chunks off there, huh?
Oh, it's funny because his other bone was in his bed and I kicked it out.
Yeah.
And then he came in here and he put it right back
Yeah,
in the bed.
yeah, that's the thing. He has a spot for certain things.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's so funny.
He took his one vest earlier and put it on the cardboard because in his head it went to the cardboard. I took that one blanket and laid it on his bed. I never see him grab stuff with his teeth like that. He grabbed the blanket and started yanking it.
He's like, get that off my bed.
You got OCD, dude, or what? Yeah. Everything's got to be in a certain place for Theo Doggy. Stroke, stroke, stroke. All right, all right, all right. I am excited to set this back down, see what's what and who's who. For now, we're not gonna put our little mud flapper guard thingy-mabobbers back in because we may, I ain't decided yet. We may take this for an actual alignment. Probably wouldn't hurt, right? Especially after all we've done. And if so, doing those bolts and everything's just way easier with those out of there. So no need to put them in for now. It ain't like she's a danged old off-road machine, so she don't see a lot of dirt or puddles hardly even. Well, you can tell that top's pushed out now.
Yep.
It ain't tucked back in like it used to be. I put our tension back on our torsion bars. I was gonna say, that thing should suck in soon.
It did.
That's got way too much positive camber. Holy cow. Let's bounce on her some. 5/8 may have been overkill. But like I said, that's fine because now we can shim it back. So that don't bother me one bit. This one looks, it's positive, but it ain't near as bad as that other side is. That one's that one's
a little bit, but
that one's getting there. Let's find my setup from earlier. This one's gonna be quite a bit. 3. I probably could have shifted this sucker over a damn 1/8 inch and fixed our 1/2 degree, but 2.6. So yeah, the sides, like I said, probably not leaning, or the concrete, whatever. All right, yeah. Concrete's not perfect. That's our problem. Boy, doing some math and a little thinking before just doing my jump in approach, which I usually do on something like this just for fun, being the Luv and whatever. Depending on how you hold that, right there showing 0.1, 0.2. We're pretty stinking close. Here's what's crazy. To get that close again, that's a 1/2 inch and that's a 1/8 inch, or that may be 7/16. Either way, it is right at the same 5/8 that we shifted everything over. It's obviously going to be a little less. The height of that technically changes. The thing is, with that being at an angle, and then us needing it to come back. I knew 5/8 was gonna be too much, but I said, oh, we'll do too much. This thing needed a stinking hair, and I thought it was gonna need like at least a 1/4 inch for whatever reason. Honestly, we probably could have took those control arms off, and we needed to shove out a hair. We probably could have shaved an 1/8 inch off of the front of those control arm shafts, and it would have shoved it out. Probably a hair too much, where then one of them real paper shims, we could have shimmed this thing back. What I'm telling you is we did a whole lot today for no real reason. We could have pulled those control arms and shaved that and been just fine. I've extended control arms and stuff a lot in my life. Usually I'll do some measuring and calculating. We could have freed those up, or we could have done something that a ruler, the exact length, or a piece of something, the exact length of that control arm, and we could have freed that control arm and then let that wheel go out until we got it reading 0, and we could have measured that, and we would have seen it was a very small amount. And in my head, I knew it would have been, but for whatever reason, I was like, boy, we better shift it over 5/8 of an inch. So on the plus side, it still holds true. It's shimmable. Right there, we still got quite like 3 or 4 threads showing on those bolts. So it's still gonna work. I'm just saying we did a whole lot for very little. It's all right. Y'all got a video out of it. You got an idea out of it. Some of y'all, you know, you may be kicked in 2 degrees and you may have to shift it over. And if so, you're gonna be doing something like that. Looks like Theodore may have found a bag of trash, which I ain't got no clue where he got that from. Maybe he snuck it out of Bill's car or something. Anyways, before we completely lose light, I thought I was gonna have time to show this to you. This right here, pretty cool. I bought it right outside of Tulsa. Looks like it came from Tulsa. Bill White, Tulsa. She's an earlier model Luv. It does have the pinstripes on it. I guess I didn't notice that the other day, or at least on this side it does. She's a dual headlight unit, which I'm a fan of. Overall, about like the Luv Tap is. You're not gonna win no shows with it. Whammy right here. Slick said he could knock most of that out, no big deal, but that's about the worst of the damage, and it ain't terrible. Looks like they had buffed on it some. It probably said Makito or whatever that says, burrito, taquito. A little chrome bumper on her. How fancy. But she's pretty fairly complete. Now I've had these Chevy Luv caps. It didn't come with any, but I just had those there to see what I thought about them. She could use some rocker repair. Interior is not the greatest by any means. It's got the rusty floors, even worse on that side. It's into the body mount real bad. It's an automatic. I've already told y'all we don't like those. But it did come with the 4-speed, like I said. So boom, we'll have this 4-speed. This motor ran, the guy said. Looks like there's extra radiator in here, extra fuel tank, rear end, torsion bars, drive shaft. Couple breathers we'll gladly take to the whatever you call it, scrap trailer. This floor pan's terrible. See what I mean? It's into the body mount. So she's, you know, she is what she is. She's a late 70s Chevrolet Luv that I think is a cool color, and this is one that if we finish gathering parts as we come across it, decent deals, by the time this one was ever to get on the road, we'll probably be $1,500 into it, about like that one. And it's just, we can make something cool for cheap. That's a weird place for a fender to rest, up in there. But she got any coolant in her? He said, I think he said he poured fuel down the bottle, or down it with the bottle, and got it running that away. Oh, she's got the good green stuff in her. Half green anyhow. That's better than none. Don't worry about that. Weber carburetor. I don't know if it's a real deal Weber, but if so, that swap's usually $300-400. Whoo, she needs some oil, but what's left looks fine. Even if that's not a good Weber, the Weber I put on the Datsun over there was actually originally for a Chevy Luv. I bought it off a Chevy Luv page. Same place I found this thing, actually, on Facebooker. $125 ship for a brand new genuine Italian or Spain, whatever they call them, made in wherever's. A real deal Weber on that one for sure. So if this one's not a real deal Weber, well, we got one over there that we're cheap into as well. He said it does not have brakes. This master cylinder don't look too old by any means. So I don't know if it's even locked up or no good. Look at the fuse panel on this one. I thought that was interesting. It's got about double the fuses that the Luv tap had. So I know some of y'all aren't the mini truck fans, and these last week or two you're probably tired of seeing the Luv by this point, and that's okay. It's fine. We're not jumping right into this thing. It's gonna go sit in Death Valley over there, but at least we got the parts for it. And as far as David's go, well, if you ain't enjoyed watching it, I do apologize, except David's about to have a killer little runaround truck, and David's gonna enjoy that, so sorry about you. I don't know. They're like, unsubscribe, don't you talk crap to me. Unsubscribe, get away from them mini trucks, boy. I'm here to watch you work on American big old V8 vehicles. You touch a mini truck, I'm out of here, okay? Work on something American that ain't actually Japanese, you damn faker. So since I'm a genius and space that out so far over, we need to cut and put something in there just where we can semi-space that out, where we'll be able to get it to the alignment shop where they will definitely love me. The thing about over there though is, who knows? I don't know. Well, we don't want that many shims just stacked. We probably need to figure out a more permanent spacer. Good thing I created all this work. Pretty smart. So I put that stack of stuff on the center of the cross shaft, but where they actually bolt down, it's thicker. So if I put it behind there, it'd be more. So I'm gonna cut a piece of this 1/2" plate to length where it can just touch each bolt and actually be behind the cross shaft mount, and we'll see how it's looking from there. I could have pulled the arm and shaved an 1/8", probably just a 1/16, and got it where I needed it. Here we are. 2 3/4 is kind of what I eagle-eyed. Just remember, kids, if you can't be smart, be persistent. Eventually you'll get it. And one day you too can build the mini trucks. Now we can lay that sideways. Boom, drop it down in there. And this should get us fairly close. I don't think it's gonna be enough, but instead of having a stack of shims, we probably need to take some of that plate, because I got more of this. We're gonna have to drill a hole that's big enough for them bolts, and then we'll have to cut it out with a grinder to slot it. And we're basically gonna end up building probably a big 1/2" shim to take up the majority of that, since I had to go over the top. Because spending 1 minute to calculate this from the get-go was entirely too much work. .4, and then it needs to go a hair back. So yeah, that's exactly what it needs, is about that 1/2" plate as a shim. We moved it 5/8. We're now having to take it back about 9/16. So all we had to move over was about 9/16 or a 1/16. Even less, we could have shaved off the control arm shafts. One big shim coming right up. Let's try a better drill bit, perhaps. Put and use your drill press. No. Can't do around the world with a drill press, can you? Oh, actually you can. So the good thing is, if we shim this too much, we'll just actually take the front end apart and cut that tower again, and we'll shift it over further. Instead of 5/8, we'll go 3/4. Eventually, we'll figure out where we need this thing, huh? You call that a shim? That's a shim right there, baby. Oh yeah, she'll hammer down on there. Just a little tight fit. Or I can loosen the bolt, you know. This is why we didn't put those rubbers back on. Whoop! Sensor. I had ripped my britches in the crotch. Shim number 2. Today I'm putting Fab Shop. I'll show you how to go 2 steps forward, 12 steps back, baby. Yeah. Super shims installed. Hold her in and out just to smack that bump. I can still see that this side's leaning out. This is the side that had a crap ton of shims though. Sitting at 1 degree positive. And this one's sitting at a ½ degree negative. So it kind of makes you curious about that frame. We took it apart and it was like that. That side was shimmed a ton. It's just kind of interesting because none of the control arms are obviously bent. None of the bushings are blown out. We know we've got good and tight ball joints and everything now. So who knows what's ever happened in this truck's life that side's shifted out, but obviously it'd been like that. I was hoping with us having equal shims, they'd be pretty close. And I was thinking it was having somewhat to do up there, but it's reading pretty well the same back here, that this side's just gonna need shimmed probably a 1/4 inch more, I'm guessing. And then that side over there, that big shim I made is gonna be too much. We're gonna have to take a little bit out. Either way, before it was not adjustable. We were maxed out. Of course, I said that and then I found the shims on the one side, so, but none on this side. So this side, there wasn't, yeah. Anyways, thanks for wasting a day with me. It's crazy on this thing. I extended the lower arm 4 inches, then corrected the upper one to the correct length needed for the weight of this full custom build on this 2008 4-wheel drive chassis, by the way. And it really looks like a 4-wheel drive, don't it? But you put a thing on that and it's like dead nuts, 0 degrees right now. And then of course there's adjustability on it. But you need me to get a Chevrolet Luv close? Hell no. I'm just gonna fire from the hip, do too much, then not do enough. And yeah, we're gonna take her to the alignment shop and let those guys cuss me. Now the good thing is it can be aligned now at alignment shop. The way it was before, it couldn't be. So we're gonna wrap right there, guys. A lot of little mini truck action today. This thing pretty well should be wrapped up at this point, other than going to the alignment shop. They'll be able to set toe, set camber on it, and then it'll be going to David where he'll be driving it and enjoying it. With that being adjustable now, I've got everything corrected on it I wanted to correct. So thank y'all so much for hanging out with me. I'm cutting it short and running. Apparently we got to run to the city. My wife just called me. Well, cutting it short. I'm being brief here at the end. And for me in real time, like I said, Christmas is 2 days from now. So I am so excited to drive through that hectic city right now. I can't wait to go in and shower and drive an hour one way to just go deal with craziness. Very excited about that. So thank y'all for being here this year. I don't know if this video's gone out at the end of this year or the first of next year, but thank y'all for the year either way. Looking forward to this next new year and whatever builds we end up getting into. Hopefully I can do them better than I can do a Chevy Luv alignment, you know what I'm saying? And we're on the Instagrammer, we're on the Patreon. About mid-January we'll be dropping some hoodies, so be looking forward to that. And much other than that, I'll see y'all in the next one. However, do not forget, sitting on your ass will not finish your project. Yee! Hot damn, there's so much BSery. We had to start a whole channel for all the extras. Be sure to go check out Puddin's Fab Shop if you ain't seen that baby yet. Come on!